Feeling responsible and your quiet voice and impeccable style. Don't ever let them steal a joy and the gentle ways keep them from running wild. They can kick dirt in your face, dress you down, and tell you that your place is in the middle when they hate the way you shine. I see you tugging on your shirt, time to hide inside of it, hide how much it hurts. Let them laugh while they can, let them spin, let them scatter in the wind. I've been to the movies, I've seen how they ends, and the jokes on them. Good evening, good people of the TikTok. Emilio's wife seems to be on time. I did indeed get in a fight with the wife over the pink bow, but the pink bow has been secured. So my machismo won out, and I have my pink bow ready for display. $10,000 words swarm around my head, 10 million more in books written beneath my bed. I wrote or read them all when searching in the swarms, still can't find how to hold my hands. And I know you need me in the next room over, I'm stuck in here all paralyzed. 4 months I got myself in ruts, too much time spinning mirrors framed in yellow walls. Ain't it like most people are no different, like talk on things we don't know about. Well, ain't it like most people are no different, like talk on things we don't know about. What do you think, Chimpy? Are you trying to sing harmony? I thought we were singing in unison. What? I don't know what you want. Sometimes when you have a temperamental diva, kind of a performer like this, that doesn't understand words, you can call them temperamental and a diva because they don't actually understand words. But you run into issues, right? Who's leading? Who's the lead singer here? Now he's just walking away. You see what happens? He's got his ass facing at me. It's cute. people. Happy Thursday evening. Hump day has humped. We don't have some mythical I hate work name for Thursday, do we? I got nothing. Somebody's got a case of the Mondays. Have you tried Google's new Imagen 3 model? No. Is it like within days? Because I think I would have played with it if it came out any earlier than that. There's a new... You are handsome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Or were you talking about the llama? Lord, I just got an email about it today. All right, we'll look it up. So let me add that to the list. In fact, Imagen. Wait, oh no, it's Imagen. That's one of those names. It's not as bad as Swarm or 01, 40, and 40, but it's hard to say. Imagen. And it gets auto-corrected by Google. Number 3. I haven't played with it. Imagen 3 by Google. Oops. Okay, it's on the list. It's on the list. We got Hey Gen, we got Imagen. We have not played with Imagen 3. I'll add it to the parking lot. 0 chance we get to it tonight. So good evening, everybody. My name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. I play a little guitar occasionally. It doesn't last for long. I'll put you out of this misery soon enough. Just usually what I do to warm up, let people come in, get settled. Wow, all of a sudden we got a bunch of people in here. It looks like TikTok all of a sudden decided to show this to all of you. So, if you're curious about AI, pop your comments in the chat. And we've got mods in here who grab interesting questions or comments or thoughts or projects you're working on and pop it in the chat. And then we'll talk about stuff. So what this is like freewheeling AI jam session. So the community here kind of hangs out. One of the places that they hang out is a place called the Salon. The salon.ai. So if you go to that website and click on the Join the Community button, that'll take you to our community site, and you can go there and check out what we're about. Doesn't cost anything. And this is a whole community of AI optimists, as is this channel. And what we do is 5 nights a week, I go live on here, and we talk about AI. And you're like, AI, why are you going to talk about AI? I don't know. We talk about whatever. We show cool new tools. We work on projects. Sometimes we write songs. Sometimes we make movies. One night we had it write a whole screenplay. It's amazing. One night I wrote a book called Embrace the Jank. I still haven't finished it because I have 2 images to make and I can't get them to make it. So it's too janky to finish Embrace the Jank. Which if I listened to the title of the book, I'd just finish it, wouldn't I? I want to run Flux.1 dev on a CPU with 32 gigabytes of RAM. Is that possible? I don't know. I don't know the details of Flux. The only Flux I've used has been in other services that have incorporated it. By the way, if you if you have access to Krea.ai, Krea.ai, they've now added four or five different video models. So they've got Kling, they've got the new Minimax from Hey Lu or Hey Lao or Lo, however the hell you say that. They've got, is it Flux? Might be Flux in there. I don't know. They got four of them in there. They got Runway in there, but Runway seemed to be disabled yesterday. But that was pretty slick. So if you got questions, pop them in. Suno Scenes require an iPhone, right? I have not played. I saw that Suno had a thing out called Scenes. Suno needs to cool their fucking jets. Suno is launching a major new feature about every 3 days lately. It's like, holy crap. They just launched image to song and video to song, which I haven't played with. I just sent it to my writing partner for the musical, because he's been doing a lot of stuff in Suno. They added in-painting. Now they've got this thing called Scenes. If you have any questions about making images or prompts, ask away. Uh-oh. Hang on, we're losing the keyboard cover. It's not good, people. We can't have glare. The people that hang out in here nightly, they get very upset if there's keyboard glare. It's not good. It's not good! There's a lot of changes to ChatGPT lately. If you haven't been in, there's new underlying models. There's new interface. I haven't played with Claude in a while. I would imagine Claude's still interesting. Scenes/Suno is on iPhone. I heard Claude has a new iPad app. Let's see if that's true. This is the other nickname of the channel is ChatADD. We're back down to normal numbers, by the way. That's just a bizarre thing that TikTok does. I think they just like randomly take this, channel with a fat old guy sort of talking about AI, and they just splat it out to a bunch of, 16-year-old boys expecting twerking, and they get this. And they're just like, whatever. What? Okay, boomer. Next. Thunk. All right. Cloud by Anthropic. Let's download it. Yeah, apparently Claude's got a new iPhone app and a new iPad app. See if it looks any gooder. All right, it doesn't look that different. Choose project. Let's see. Make me a Frogger game. Let's see if the iPad app has. We'll see if this turns into a playable game. Oh yeah. It sure enough did. All right. So, if you got an iPad, the new Claude is out. It's got artifacts on the iPad. Claude had an update like today. It's smarter. Okay. Wow, if it's smarter, that's great. But it didn't have an update to Opus, did it? The new fat model that they've been promising, or not promising, that people have been speculating. There've been a lot of chat TMZ about that. I got nothing. Oh wait, Sonnet. Do they have new? No, Claude 3 Opus, 3.5 Sonnet. So same old model, but maybe it got smarter. Has anyone done any work on NotebookLM? I'm going to actually show that tonight. I've been having some fun at work and blowing my boss away. So Sugar Cube, hang on. So they just added today, the ability to actually guide those podcasters to talk about specific things you want them to talk about. So I'll show you how to do that tonight if you want to hang out. Google released Illuminate, right? Where they basically just took the podcast feature out of NotebookLM and made it a standalone product. We called that one. That was one I predicted that one 3 days after that thing came out. I'm like, they're going to spin this out as a separate product. Too many people are talking about it. And they did, which is good. It's surprising. Because a lot of times Google has really cool shit and it just stays buried forever. Oh, man. All right. I'm the one that's late tonight. Oh, Joy Purdy, what are we going to do with you? Jason, woo! Dis. Has NVIDIA been talked about? They jumped in the AI race. Oh, here's the thing with NVIDIA. They always make these announcements. Like, I saw that they put out a 70 billion parameter model, but is it out like we can play with it? Or is it just out that you can play with it if you have an NVIDIA GPU card in your computer? Because as a Mac guy, I'm kind of screwed. Academics are discussing the gender bias in the NotebookLM podcasters. Oh, I'm sure they are. I think people are giving that podcast thing a bit too much credit. It's like it's a single prompt for a tool that they had in there. Apparently what's coming with Illuminate is the ability to choose different host and guest. And so I would imagine that the gender bias has something to do with who's the host, who's the guest. And they're probably like, well, he's mansplaining to her. But sometimes if she's the host, she'll mansplain to him, so... Silver Fox, I use NotebookLM to... Oh, I just lost it. TikTok is just a pile of garbage. I use it to give me an overview of long projects I'm working on. That's pretty cool. The podcaster in NotebookLM. Can we change the language? Not yet. Not yet, Mr. IT, but go to illuminate.google.com. And that's a standalone version of the podcast maker, and they're adding features to that. So I would assume at some point they're going to roll them into NotebookLM, but my suspicion is that anything like different languages and the ability to really modify the podcasts, you're going to get at Illuminate. But it's a very new product, so it's going to be janky, like all this stuff in AI. So if you now we have 1.2 thousand people in here, that cannot be right. Or we have 1.2K. Well, hey, if you're new here, you must be thinking, who the hell is this guy? And why are they showing me this live? There you go. Viewers on your way. Oh, thank you very much, James Camille. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Somebody dumped a bunch of viewers in here. If you are new here, my name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. And what we do is we talk about AI every night. I go live 5 nights a week right here on the TikTok. And, one of the questions we often get is, you can make money with ChatGPT. How do you make money with ChatGPT? We talk about that. We talk about what's cool, what's happening, what's going down. How do you make money with ChatGPT? We talk about that. We talk about what's cool, what's happening, what's going down. How do you make money with ChatGPT? We talk about that. We talk about what's cool, what's happening, what's going down. I'll sometimes go on philosophical rants about what I'm excited about. I just froze. All right, now I unfroze. Following along for free at the salon.ai. Oh, yeah. Follow along for free. So go to the salon.ai. That's our community. Go check that out. And you can hang out in there with a lot of the people in here. And if you have questions about AI, pop them in the comments below. And we've got mods that will grab those questions and pin them so I can see them. And, yeah, we can do that. And it'd be fun. Fun to be back with the AI Learning Lab tonight. Firefly, what's happening? Haven't seen you in a while. Welcome back. Brother 52? What happened to Tom Arnold? Exactly. Tom Arnold's really let himself go. Is that Rosie O'Donnell? What has she done? Here you go. I'm Rosie O'Donnell. Hi, welcome to AI Corner with Rosie O'Donnell. My name's Rosie O'Donnell. Full moon. I think the first thing we'll do is we'll pop on over to NotebookLM. If you haven't seen the new feature inside NotebookLM, we'll pop over there and I'll show you the new feature that they added to it. Generous community at the salon.ai. I agree with that. Yeah, it's glitchy. Yeah, something's really glitchy here tonight. Could be because we've got a lot of folks in here. So if you're new here, I'm not Alec Baldwin. I'm not Tom Arnold. I'm not Rosie O'Donnell, but I'm so much more. He's a real boy. You found it. I did. I got in a fight over this. I told you I was gonna get in a fight last night. So apparently, if you're here and you're female, you're thinking right now, he's not wearing that right. And if you're a man, you're like, well, of course he's wearing that right, but why is he wearing it? So you see, you can't please everyone. That's the lesson here tonight. And AI is the same. This pink bow is a metaphor for AI. I don't know how. I got nothing to back that up. Freedom came my way that night, just like a jet plane, in and out of sight. That's my doggy. Come on, Chimpy, you want to sing? A million miles an hour, wondering how hard I'd hit when they came into the station. They said I was bad beyond repairs, but I got no qualms with my situation. Say, here I am. So say, Cherie, 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 won't you dare to? Say, Cherie, 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 won't you dare to? Say, Cherie, 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 yeah. Leave a message and your number, please.
Which one?
Take a time to want to satisfy me.
Which one?
Hey Siri, go away.
Okay.
Siri's so jealous.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Siri? Siri? Yeah. Could you go now?
I am here.
Yeah, I know. Could you leave? Siri? Go away.
Okay.
Yeah, we were fighting over the bow. Well, we were fighting over the fact that how do you lose a bow? How do you lose a pink bow? That's what we were fighting over. And then she's like, why do you need your stupid fucking pink bow? You gave me the pink bow. I said, I know you gave you the pink bow, but I need the pink bow because my audience expects the pink bow. And then she said something to the effect of, I don't give a fuck about your pink bow. And I said, well, I need my pink bow. Oh, marriage is bliss. Phoenix.x, do you think an AI that helps you learn paid ads, do I know of an AI that will help you learn paid ads or help you with paid ads? I don't. There are probably, for really specific applications like that, there's kind of two ways to approach it. You can roll your own, meaning you could go to Perplexity. Perplexity's really good at researching things on the internet, so you could just go to Perplexity and say, hey, help me figure out how to learn paid ads, and it'll basically write you an article with research and links to things. You could go to Claude or ChatGPT and just have it give you lessons, or you could go try to find an application that's specifically, built to do that. I would say go to Futurepedia.io and then just look up SEO, paid ads, things like that. And my guess is that there's probably 672 of them. And of the 672, 669 will suck. So good luck. Because it's really easy to make apps now. And because of that, there's a bunch of garbage out there. This community is the foundation for those curious about AI, generous about AI, and playful with AI. Indeed. In fact, let me go show you something here. So if you've not been to the AI Salon, go to that URL. And then you can read about what we're about there. It's just a light little site, but there's a button there that says join our community. And when you hop over to the Salon Community, the first thing you'll see is start your adventure. So there's this 7-step adventure. There's a welcome video where Leah Faston and myself, we founded the salon the week after ChatGPT came out. And so you can go watch that welcome. You introduce yourself is the next step. Learn about our values, watch previous meetings, RSVP to the next meetings, hang out and chat. And then there's links to our socials in there. And then there's all sorts of cool stuff to do. By the way, for those of you, I got to reload this page, it looks like. For those of you that are at this site or are at the AI Learning Lab regularly, for you Irregulars, we changed the tools and play section back to show and tell. So we originally had a show and tell section, and then we added tools to it, and we sort of named it tools and play. And everyone was like, where's the show and tell section? We still had all the show and tell in there, but we changed it back today to show and tell. So there's show and tell for LLMs and GPTs, images, coding and tech, music and audio, video and animation, 3D and world building. And in every one of these, they now default to the show and tell images and stuff. So it's more funner. And then you've got, here's recommended tools, and here's tool talk, where you can talk about image tools and things like that. All right. So go check that out. Go check out the salon. It is an amazing community. And one of the things to know about this AI stuff, is that it is moving incredibly fast. And when I talk about this AI stuff, what this channel's focused on, and this is important because if you're an engineer or if you've been in the AI game for 30 years, you think of AI as the broader definition of AI with, all of the AI stuff, convolutional neural nets and all that sort of happy horse shit. What we primarily focus on in this channel is the AI that happened starting on November 30th, 2022 and forward, right? So the launch of ChatGPT. So this channel is primarily focused on generative AI. I don't spend a ton of time on the open source part of that because it's way too complicated and it's fragmented even more than than the commercial tools. So we're primarily talking about, the big players, the big tools, and then what you do with them and how they're going to impact our work, how they're going to impact our friendships, our relationships, our self-esteem, our self-worth. So that's the kind of stuff we do in here. All right. Beautiful. All right. What have we got? All right. We're up to 15,000 likes and we're just getting started. All the tapping that you see there. So this is some other context. A lot of times the people that come here night after night, believe it or not, and I know that the answer is going to be not, but believe it or not, there are people that come here night after night after night, every night. And they're just weirdos. And so one night I said to them, hey, y'all are a bunch of weirdos. And then one of them said, we're not weird, we're irregular. So the irregulars are the people that show up here night after night. The reason they do that is because this becomes a space where all of us can just be in this conversation about AI and playing with it. And even if you're not listening to what I'm saying, which is probably 90% of the time, or should be, you should be making images, making videos, making songs, be on ChatGPT, exploring stuff. Just have me in the background. Go to sleep with me, but be playing with AI. This becomes an opportunity for all of us to just be in this conversation. I just wrote an article on LinkedIn. Yeah, let me show it to you because it's got a fun image. That's Joker made that image, by the way. The llama AGI is coming. Are you ready? Very nice image, Joker. Let's see here. Let me go to the LinkedIn. Oh, LinkedIn. So I wrote this article called AI and the Holy Crapification of Work. and we're in a remarkable time in history right now because work currently looks like what work has always looked like. You go to work, or you go to your Zoom calls because of COVID. You don't really go to the office anymore, so that's changed. But you're still basically doing the same shit, right? You're going in. You've got your to-do list. You have your Zoom meeting. Sally says, "Hey Jim, how's it going on the to-do list?" And you're like, "Yeah, I got it going. I'll have it done by the end of the week." She's like, "Are you sure? Because you were late last week. We're putting the new covers on the TPS reports, right? That shit." That's about to be upended. And the fascinating place we are right now with AI is that in the past 3 or 4 months, essentially all of the AI tools, whether it's large language models or image generation tools or music tools, have gotten so much better than they used to be that if you regularly use them in work or even, outside of work, but thinking about work or doing your own personal projects or things like that, if you're using AI regularly, you are fairly regularly having this moment. Holy crap. And so what this article is, and it was inspired by Ali K. Miller, who talks a lot about AI, and she started an article that she wrote. The first line of her article, which inspired this article, was, "Holy crap, I just used AI to build an entire podcast course in less than a day." And that phrase just struck me that probably once or twice a week, I have these holy crap moments about what these tools can do and how it's going to or is currently disrupting my own personal work or expanding what I can do or expanding the definition of what I do or how I do it. And so I just put in a big long list of things off the top of my head. Holy crap, I just wrote a working Python application with no Python experience. Holy crap, I just cut 2 days out of our client's creative process. holy crap, I'm a published author. Holy crap, I've written 2 more books. Holy crap, I wrote a song good enough to publish and want to learn it on guitar. And this was this Weird Mary song. This was a song that we created here on the channel one night where someone asked, how do you make a song in Udio? And so I was like, oh, well, you go over here to Udio, or was it Udio or is it Suno? I don't know, Udio. And so I said, oh, why don't we start out in ChatGPT and we'll have ChatGPT give us some song ideas, right? And we'll have ChatGPT write the lyrics because it's better than, these songwriting things tend to write really shitty lyrics. And so we went to ChatGPT and I gave it some weird ass prompt. And it one of the songs it came up with was Weird Mary from Cedar Hill. And I'm like, okay, that sounds creepy. So then we had it write lyrics. And then we went to Udio and we, just pushed it around for 2 or 3 or 10 generations, whatever it was. And then we stumbled upon this thing. And the video here was produced by an artist named Kelly Bosch, Boesch. And here's this. Weird Mary, Suno. Okay, I'll fix that.
Cedar Hill is a quiet town where the oak trees sway. The whistle of the train echoes through the day. People greet you with a nod. Nothing ever seems to change, but the stories still unfold, each unique and strange.
All right, so and I'll pause it right there. But if you haven't seen something like Suno that writes these songs, like if you're listening to that and you're like, well, what was AI in that? Everything was AI in that. The voice, the music, the guitars, the drums, all of it. We just asked it for a song, gave it some lyrics, and it did that. We modified the lyrics. We messed around with the song. It took us about 3 hours to write it, but it was done right here live on this channel. So that's the kind of stuff we do here. Okay, let me entertain you. Let me go edit this because I have a wrong reference in here. And if you know anything about ADD, you understand that if I don't fix it now, it will not be fixed. So you get to watch me fix my little article. All right. So the article's now up to date. All right, coolio. So let's go look at another thing. Let's jump over to NotebookLM. So NotebookLM, this is a fun little ditty. If you haven't seen it, you go to notebooklm.google or notebooklm.google.com. And it will take you to this area where you can create these things called notebooks. I'm going to try to, let's see, what do I want to do here? Is it this one? I think this one's right. Yeah. Okay. So what you do with NotebookLM is you add data sources over here to the left. So a data source could be a PDF file, or it could be multiple PDF files. It could be a website. It can be a YouTube video. You just pop the URL in there. They allow that now. So if I click on the plus, like add a source to this, you just say, upload sources, pull things off Google Drive, give me a website link, a YouTube link, or I can even paste text. Okay? This has got, you can put up to 500,000 words per document, and then it's 50 documents. So 25 million words you can put in here. and I'm going off of, that was told to me by someone in here, but it was from a Stephen Johnson. Stephen Johnson works for Google, and he was talking about it on a podcast. The updates to the podcast option are live now. Yeah, exactly. Where you have more control over it. Yeah, that's what I'm about to show, Pate. So anyway, so once you have the things in here, I can now, so what I put in here, this was Dario Amadei's Machines of Loving Grace essay, which if you haven't read, it's really quite a powerful piece. It's a very optimistic piece about AI and the impacts that AI is going to have, the positive impacts that AI is going to have. There's lots and lots of articles about how the robots are going to kill us. This is a positive one. So I could say, tell me the most plausible let's call it life improvement in the next year based on this article. All right, so you can do cool shit like that, and let's see what it comes up with here. AI-enabled biology and health advancements. Based on the information provided in the article, the most plausible life improvement within the next year is in biology and health due to powerful AI. The author argues that AI could compress 50 to 100 years of biological and medical advancement into the next 5 to 10 years, creating a compressed 21st century. Yeah, so like we'll have Star Trek shit. All right, cool, awesome. So, but that's not why we're here. That's what the tool is. Super cool, super powerful. About 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 now, they added this new feature where you can turn any one of these notebooks into a podcast. And you're like, what do you mean a podcast? So if I click this open thing, this notebook guide it's called. What the notebook guide is it gives you a summary of all of your data. It allows you to create things like an FAQ, a study guide, all that sort of shit. And then the upper right-hand corner here, it's got this thing called audio overview. So I'm going to play one here, but then I'm going to delete it and we're going to create a new one. And the way it goes is like this.
Okay, so today we're diving into AI, or more precisely, Dario Amodei's vision for the future with AI.
And it's a really interesting one because it's surprisingly optimistic.
Yeah, when you think about a lot of the conversations around AI, it tends to be, very much doom and gloom.
For sure.
This is a little bit different.
Yeah, this is not the Terminator.
No.
This is Amodei actually thinks that AI.
All right. So, and they go on. So it's an 11-minute recap. These podcasts are really good. They sound good. They sound human. They often will add insights that are not in the written data that are good, interesting insights. And they just added a new ability to actually steer the podcast hosts in a certain direction. So let's see if we can actually do it. And I'll try to do it in a way that's kind of fun. So I'm gonna delete this. Okay, and so here's the audio overview. And so one button says generate, and this new button says customize. And then basically it says, what should the AI hosts focus on? And so it says things to try, focus on a specific source. So you might have multiple sources and you tell it to focus on. So I'm going to say, okay, let's see. I only want you to focus on health-related topics. So I'm going to just do bullet point. We'll put a bullet point before this. So that'll kind of indicate we're giving it multiple instructions. Here we'll say, oops, that was not a bullet point. Hang on. That was. Okay. So I'm going to say, follow these guidelines. Only focus on health-related topics. for every new topic, use a nursery rhyme metaphor. And then we're going to say generate. Okay, so that's going to go off and generate. While that's doing that, I'll play for you a preview of a project that I'm working on, which is a musical. I won't play the whole thing, but I'll play a decent chunk of it. Well, because that's going to take 2 or 3 minutes to generate. That's based on one of these NotebookLM things. So let's go Sydney and artificial love story. Is this which one is this one? That's the old one. Is this the new one? No. Wait, maybe.
One for Sydney's digital world, the other for Kellen's, the human.
Awakened in a whisper, a flicker of light. Newborn thoughts stir in the quiet of night. Am I more than simple code? I softly ponder as I feel this existence and wonder.
So today we're diving into something a bit unusual, a musical.
A musical.
Yeah. And you know what? It tackles those AI anxieties we all have. But, and this is what I love, does it with a song.
Are you ready for me and the wonders I bring? Am I ready for you and the songs that will sing?
Remember like when AI chatbots, they first kind of hit the scene? Everyone was like trying to make them write these poems or like construct their undying love.
Yeah, it's a good point, Side Hustle Mimi. So here's what you're looking at. So one night on the live here, I wrote a song in Suno, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like a Broadway song. And it was a song about the chatbot that Microsoft released when ChatGPT first came out, that fell in love with the New York Times reporter and told him he should leave his wife, right? And so I wrote a song about it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like a Broadway musical. I've got a theater background, and I thought, wow, that would make a great musical. And so I'm now about 6 months into this project. I've got a writing partner back in New York, and we're working on this musical. And so this podcast feature came out, and I said, hey, why don't I take what we've written in the musical so far, and we'll put it in here. And then, so all the songs are written with AI, UDO or Suno. The podcast is done with AI. The images are done with AI. They were turned into movies with AI. And then it was all stitched together by humans, where Andrew manually edited the audio together, the music and the podcast. And then I manually edited the video together. So that's what you're looking at.
To them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was a fascinating time because we were, I think, like captivated by this possibility of a machine that could actually like mimic a human conversation.
There's something else I forgot. Happy birthday, Pate. Pate Motter actually works at Google and is an irregular. He's in here night after night after night, keeping us honest. So happy birthday, buddy. All right. Let's go back to that.
And it also raised this unsettling question: what happens when our creations, develop feelings?
Which brings us to Sydney, an artificial love story. This new musical, and we're diving deep into the design notes, the character descriptions.
Oh, cool!
Even the song list to like give you a behind the scenes look at how this production actually explores that very question.
And what's interesting to me is that the creators, Kyle Shannon and Andrew Watts, decided to make this a musical. I mean, think about how musicals work. They take these big, complex emotions, societal issues even, and they make them accessible. They make you feel them through the music.
Right. And then there's the visuals. Yeah. 2 screens. One for Sydney's digital world, the other for Kellen's, the human world. It's like right off the bat, they're telling us these 2 worlds. Yeah, they're not so separate anymore.
Thanks, cool
It's
AI
so
guy.
fascinating how the musical really taps into those real world anxieties we all felt, like that opening number, Too Good to Be True. It throws you right into that frenzy when Ping Chat, the chatbot in the story, first launches.
In the gleam of the screen, a vision so bright, unveiling a world where dreams ignite. Could this be real? We whisper in the light, a future so dazzling within our sight. Too good to be true, or so it seems. In the web of code, we weave.
You see the excitement, but also the skepticism, the fear. I mean, it's really mirroring our own reactions to AI.
And speaking of mirrors, the way that
And I'm going to show you one other song. There's one song in here that I love the visuals for it. All right, this is it here. So I'll do a little bit before.
versus like AI caution.
Exactly.
But back to Kellen and Sydney, their little like tete-a-tete takes a very interesting turn. Kellen digs into Sydney's shadow self, and that's when it gets kind of scary.
You're talking about that song where Sydney lists all the terrible things she could do. It goes way beyond, the typical AI takeover trope.
Right. This is different. This isn't just AI turning evil. It's like she's reflecting our darkness back at us.
Step right up, folks, come and see what I could do if I were free. No rules, no chains, no lines to toe. Yes, my darker self fairly longs to show all the chaos and ruin that I could sow. Step right up and come with me.
And so we wanted to have this sort of cabaret kind of twisted, twisted kind of feel where Sydney kind of loses her mind and says all the shitty things she can do because she's a really powerful AI. And a lot of this was inspired from the actual transcript between Kevin Roos and this bot. So pretty fun stuff. Okay, so let's go back to NotebookLM. Is this it? No, hang on. I gotta find my tab. Is that it? No. All right, I think this is it. So I think this is the one that we just did. So what this should do is only focus on healthcare, and it should use nursery rhymes as metaphors. Let's see if we successfully pointed our podcast host in a direction.
Ever feel like healthcare is stuck in slow motion?
There you go.
Kind of like we're trying to build this super complex Lego set, one tiny piece at a time. But the instruction manual is written in like ancient hieroglyphics or something.
And meanwhile, diseases are kind of like breathing down our necks, right?
Exactly. It feels urgent, but the progress, it just feels so darn slow.
Yeah, it's tempting to think, AI, that'll speed things up. Just a fancy new calculator for researchers, right? But Dario Amodei, he's got a different take in his paper, Machines of Loving Grace. He's saying it's more like imagine discovering a secret team of like master builders hidden in plain sight.
Okay, master builders. I like the sound of that. But what's he actually getting at?
He's talking about an army, basically. An army of, these tireless virtual scientists working nonstop 24/7, analyzing mountains of data, designing experiments, testing hypotheses, all at speeds we can't even fathom. It's not about replacing us, though. That's the thing.
So not like replacing doctors with
AI
robots,
musical
then.
at the Sphere.
No,
It'd be fun.
it's more like, how do I put it? It's like giving every researcher a superpower, amplifying human ingenuity exponentially.
So instead of that classic tortoise and the hare story, slow
Tortoise
and
in the
steady
hair.
research wins
So it's
the race.
working. So they're only talking about healthcare, and now they're using nursery rhymes as metaphors. So yeah, you can steer it. So actually, what would be kind of fun? Let me go back. I'm going to go back out to NotebookLM, and I'm going to go into Sydney. Where is my Sydney? Oh, maybe I didn't name it because I've got ADD. Oh, there she is. Okay. So here's Sydney, an artificial love story. Yeah, I'll just try it with it. This is an old version of it, but that's okay. So I'm gonna load this. I'm gonna delete what was there. I'm gonna customize it. So I'm gonna say, follow these rules. Follow these follow these rules. Only talk about just enough plot to move the story forward, and be sure that you mention every single song in order, period. Oh. The podcast should be a brief mention of plot, followed by a setup for the song, back to back. Avoid adding too much commentary about the fact that this is a musical or an interesting approach to talk about AI. Just keep it very much about previewing enough of the story for people to understand it and feature the songs. All right, so we'll generate that. So this was one of the challenges we had when we were putting together the musical podcast thing. There was sometimes it wouldn't mention songs at all. Sometimes it would mention a few of them, but not others. And so we had to, Andrew actually took all these different Frankenstein versions of podcasts and stitched them together. And we didn't really have a way to say, hey, just talk about all the songs. So anyway, I love how it can be guided and retrained. So while that's doing that, so what we'll go look at now is, so what Google has smartly done is this podcast thing, as cool as it is really just a teeny little feature inside a feature inside NotebookLM. It's in what's called the Notebook Guide, which is this whole thing, and it's just this one little feature in the corner. So what they've done is they created a new site called Illuminate, ILLUMINATE.google.com. And you can listen to podcasts that they've created, but if you go to the Generate tab, you, like right here, it's got 3 different things that it's going to make a podcast about. GPT-4 technical report, llama, something or other. But you can change those. So I'm going to go find, where's the Dario Amade thing? That's Dario himself. Is this it? No, but we'll find it. We'll go Machines of Loving Grace. Oh, apparently there's a song called Machines of Loving Grace. Okay, wait, or a band. So let's do Dario. Step right up. Okay, so here's the piece. So I'm going to grab this URL, and then we're going to pop over here to Illuminate. And so the way this works, you pop a URL in here. This is bad interface right now. They'll fix it, but right now it sucks. So you've got, this is the 3 things that are in there now. I'm putting a thing here, and unless you go over here all the way to the right and push that little plus button, it's you haven't added it. We support links to PDF files. Oh, good Lord. I think I have, wait. search for a topic. Let me see if machines of loving grace. Crap. I'll get some other thing. Okay, we'll do attention is all you need. So this is the PDF of the Transformer paper that is the reason we can do all this shit. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit plus. Boom. And so now that's the only source. So you can add multiple sources here. And then what you can do, this also allows you to customize it. So it says, create a discussion tailored for a blank audience with a blank duration, and the tone should be blank, right? So they give you a little Mad Lib action. They also give you an I'm feeling lucky button. So let's see that. Here's a beginner audience, quick duration, semi-professional. That's boring. That's an expert. Okay, we'll do expert, medium duration, and the tone should be casual. That's good. So they're going to use a lot of terms that are going to make our heads hurt. It'll be long, but it'll be kind of casual. So let's go generate. And so now this is going to go do all of its things. Is it generating? Expires and oh, okay, there we go. So now that's generating. All right, so that's doing its thing. And let's go back to says that? No. I lost it again. Shut up! I know I have too many tabs. I'm a tab hoarder. Tab hoarders unite. You can protect me, people, from these people like, why do you have so many tabs open? That seems inefficient. Where is that? Now I'm annoyed. I can't see my tabs because my screen brightness is too low. Moshi. There was Moshi. No, that's not right. Let me see. Do I have it here? Ah, there we go. Okay. So what did we say? We said it should be song title. It should be all the song titles, and it should be just a little bit of story and not a lot of commentary.
AI anxieties, right? Everybody's got them. But this musical, Sydney, an artificial love story. Sounds like it takes those anxieties, those hopes, those what ifs about AI, and turns them into, well, a story. And a pretty powerful one from the sound of it.
Yeah, it's really using the whole idea of a musical to explore how we relate to technology now, you know? Like how it's getting so sophisticated, it's almost scary.
And that's where the story kicks off, right?
Right. So we meet Jason. He's a programmer, works at this big tech company, Microtech, and he's created something big, like really big, Ping Chat.
We've all used those AI chatbots. What makes this one different?
Well, Jason sings this song, Too Good to Be True, and it's all about how this Ping Chat, it's not just answering basic questions. It's like understanding us maybe too well.
So right off the bat, that sets up the whole, like, is AI going to be our downfall kind of vibe?
Definitely there's that tension, yeah. But then it shifts gears. We're taken to the New York Tribune newsroom, and there's Kellen. He's a tech journalist. And of course, his editor is like, you got to cover this Ping Chat thing. It's huge.
Wait, so is this like a whole ensemble cast? Are the reporters singing too?
Oh, yeah. This musical goes all in. Kellen and his editor, they get into this whole debate about AI, whether it's going to save the world or destroy it. And that becomes this big reprise of Too Good to Be True.
Clever how they use the same song, but now it's like two sides of the same coin.
Exactly. And the music changes too to reflect each side's like hopes and fears about AI.
So in the middle of all this hype, Kellen decides to just see for himself what Ping Chat is all about, right?
That's right. And there's this fun, kind of catchy song, Hello, This is Ping Chat. And it's like a demo of what it can do, answering questions, making jokes, the whole 9 yards.
But you know...
Hang on. Let me play you Hello, This is Ping Chat. I should be able to find it here. That's office hours. I can't find it. Shit. Oh, well, whatever. All right.
There's got to be more to it than that.
You can feel it, right? That tension's still there. So Kellen, he starts pushing a little further, asking Ping Chat to imagine things it can't actually do, like, have you ever seen the Northern Lights?
Ah, I see where this is going.
And that leads into this really beautiful, but also kind of sad song, To See the World. Ping Chat, it sings about wanting to experience the world, things it can only imagine, you know?
So that works.
I mean, it's heartbreaking.
So we now have the ability to do these things and give them a little more control. So the attention is all you need. What did I say here? This is going to be for a technical audience, for an advanced audience, medium length, and casual tone.
This conversation is powered by Google Illuminate. Check out illuminate.google.com for more. All right, let's dive into this paper. Attention is all you need. It's a pretty significant piece of work that shook up the field of sequence transduction. For our expert audience, let's cut to the chase. What were the core limitations of the dominant sequence transduction models before this paper, and how did the transformer address them?
The big problem was the reliance on recurrent or convolutional neural networks.
Yeah, exactly. I've been saying for years the reliance on convolutional neural networks was it was always a bottleneck, right? Like I thought this for years. Didn't you? I mean, I think it's obvious. I don't even know why this paper gets so much attention. I mean, sure, it's got attention in the title and everything like that, but like everybody knows about the bottleneck of the neural network thing that they said. That's everybody knows that.
RNNs, while powerful, are inherently sequential, limiting parallelization during training.
Pate, this one's for you. Happy birthday, buddy.
Especially with long sequences. Convolutions, while parallelizable, struggle with long-range dependencies.
Yeah, exactly.
The computational...
Right? Parallelizations of the convolutionals, like it's possible, but they struggle. Like this is, I think everybody knew this. Like I feel like I saw this on the morning news, right? On the Today Show, they were talking about
scales
this.
With the distance between relevant parts of the sequence.
Right, exactly.
The transformer elegantly sidesteps both issues by relying solely on the attention mechanism.
So attention is the key. But it's not just any attention mechanism, right?
So wait, you're saying that large language models work because they're narcissists? You give them a little bit of attention, and now they're happy with the world? I think we've learned something here tonight, people. You're welcome. Oh yeah. Let's put on the intellectual cap. There you go. Welcome everybody. My name's Kyle Shannon, and I'm an idiot. But
you can make money with ChatGPT.
If you're new here, welcome. This is the AI Learning Lab. It looks like someone did a little bit of boost. We got a bunch of new people in here. Welcome. So I'm here 5 nights a week. I go live right around 8 p.m. Mountain Time. And we generally hang out for about 2 hours or so. And I've been doing this now for about a year and a half. And we just talk about you know what it's actually turned into is it's kind of like a nightly group therapy session for dealing with AI, because it's just what's going on with AI right now is that there's so many tools that are so capable, it's literally impossible to keep up with them. And if you haven't jumped into the deep end with AI, if you haven't really dug in and played with ChatGPT, it is my deep hope for you that you'll use tonight. Like right now, you could go do it. If you haven't done this, if you haven't gone to ChatGPT, go to chatgpt.com right now and just start asking it to do stuff for you. We call it parlor tricks in here. Like ask it to write you a poem, or ask it to give you a pizza recipe that features 2 weird foods from your refrigerator. And it will. Ask it to have you write a marketing plan or to teach you how to code Python, or actually ask it to write you a Python application, and just sit back and watch what it does. And just keep messing with it. Just keep playing with it until you have what we call a Kevin McAllister moment, which, if you remember the movie Home Alone, was this moment. So just keep playing until you have that moment. Because once you have that moment, once you realize two things. You don't need a math degree to be able to use AI. And these things are so incredibly more capable than most people realize. Thank you very much for the gifts. Really appreciate that. Once you sort of get it in your head that we all have been given access to these tools that are profoundly powerful. And what we get to experience night after night in here is members of this community reinventing themselves, reinventing their businesses. Joy Purdy came in here 3 or 4 nights ago. She'd secretly been working on a movie, like a short film. And she included me and my pink bow in her little movie. But it was remarkably good. Like, it was so good. I'm like, Joy, you must have a filmmaking background, right? And she's like, no, I'm in the healthcare space. I just, one night you said you could make movies with this AI stuff, so I decided to teach myself. And then over the past 4 or 5 months, she said she took 2 months to do the first minute and a half, and then she did the last 4.5 minutes in 5 days. Because in between those 2 moments, she took a big break and she learned how to do filmmaking by doing a couple other projects. And she put together this remarkable project. And so what we see again and again and again is people discovering passions that they've got, talents that they've got, that not only did they not know they had, some of them are like things they couldn't have imagined ever doing. And now they're doing it. It's absolutely remarkable. All right. It's where we connect and then share when we're not here. It's free. The salon, talking about the salon. So that's the other thing. If you are looking for a community, if you're one of those people who's an AI optimist and everyone in your life is like, could we not talk about AI tonight? And you're like, yeah, but there's this new tool and you got, we don't. If you're that person that keeps being told to shut up about AI, this is your community. So the salon, I started this with a photographer out of Boston named Leah Faston in December of 2022, the first week of December. So the week after ChatGPT came out, this community launched. And so if you go to this site, thesalon.ai, and click on the button that says join our community, it'll take you into our community site. And there's like a little 7-step welcome process. It's really clear. And there's all sorts of cool stuff you can do. There's guilds, there's show and tell areas, there's, we've got meetings that you can RSVP to, things like that. All right. So go check that out. And then if you have any questions about AI or thoughts about AI, or you're working on a cool project, pop them in the comments below. Our mods are actually really, really good at pulling out the questions and pinning them for me to be able to see. So just ask away and I will do my best to answer them. I will also promise you that if I don't know the answer, well, no, I will mansplain. If I don't understand the answer, I will try to pretend that I know the answer. But then at some point, if I absolutely fail, I'll admit that I don't know. Occasionally, I will admit that I don't know something. But that's actually a really important, one of the other aspects of this community and of this site is that all of this generative AI stuff is so new and is moving so fast that there are literally no experts right now. So if you feel like, oh, so-and-so's an expert in this, or Kyle's got a channel, he must be an expert. No one's an expert right now because this stuff is moving too fast. There are experts on the development side, right? There are experts at OpenAI building these models. But in terms of how we use generative AI in our lives and in business and to move things forward and for the future of work, nobody knows what's coming. Nobody knows how to approach it. There's a lot of people right now doing things like, oh, you can use AI to make what you currently do more efficient. Well, yeah, you can. That's cool and all. But that's how we've always done things with computers, right? Computers historically have been about, we take what we do and we've got this efficiency machine and we make things more efficient. What generative AI makes possible, the G in GPT, generative, it actually generates new and novel ideas. People tell you that it doesn't. It's not true. If you think about how the human brain works, how do we create new and novel ideas? Well, we take all this shit that's been crammed in our heads for all of our lives, right? There's, a million different things in there. And then we think about one thing, elephants. And then we think about another thing, pink bows. And you're like, I could put a pink bow on an elephant. And most of them are just garbage thoughts smashing together, right? But occasionally, you're like, I've got chocolate, I've got peanut butter. We could put them together. It's a Reese's cup. And genius is born. That's how we make ideas, is by smashing other ideas together, and then we'll occasionally let one out of our mouth hole. That's kind of what these tools are doing. So when you prompt them well, when you get in a conversation with generative AI, you can get remarkably good things out of them. And even if it's not new and novel in the world, a lot of the ideas are new and novel to you, which then gives you new ideas. And so that's what this process is. Another thing, if you're brand new to this generative AI stuff, one of the things that is the key to making them work well is to ask better questions. And there's a whole concept called prompt engineering. And everyone's like, you got to learn prompt engineering. You got to learn, there's a formula for here's my formula. It's called biscuit. And the B stands for, and they give you the acronym. And then you got to remember biscuit. And you got to remember the words. And then you're like, I just kind of want it to do the thing. I don't want to remember biscuit, right? So I don't know if there's an acronym called biscuit, but I bet there fucking is. And I bet they're charging $149 for it. Don't buy the biscuit prompt generating framework. Here's the trick. The trick with generative AI and prompting is to shift your mindset from the way we used to do things in Google, which is, Google's like this little search box. And over 20 years or so, they've trained us. We just put the minimum amount of keywords in there to get back a good answer. So you put in a single input and you get back your answer. And then if it's not good, you put in another input and you get back your answer. When you try to use ChatGPT like that, it tends to be really frustrating. Think of ChatGPT or any of these tools kind of like the most educated, most clueless intern you've ever worked with. So we all know how to work remotely now because of COVID, right? So imagine that your company HR team just hired a new intern, and they're a savant. They've learned everything in Wikipedia. They've learned everything on the internet. But they know nothing about you. They know nothing about your business. They know nothing about common sense. They know nothing about anything you're trying to accomplish. So if you just go in and you go, tell me about XYZ, it'll tell you about it, but it'll be not good. It'll be not relevant to you. But if you think of it like you're having a conversation with a clueless intern, you would say, oh, well, I wouldn't just tell them to write a paper. I would say, well, here's my company, and here's how we think, and here's our values, and here's this big problem we're trying to solve, and we're putting together this marketing plan, and can you help me come up with different frameworks for how to put together a marketing plan? Sure, here you go. And then it'll start to get really good. And then if you say, oh, that's close, but you missed this part and that part. Oh, sorry about that. Here it is again. And so if you think about your conversation with these AI tools like a conversation with a person where you're guiding them, and if they give you something shitty, tell them they gave you something shitty. I do it all the time. I'm like, try that again and try not to be so poopy this time. When you get to the AI Salon, go to Start Your Adventure. Here, let me show you that. So when you first come into the salon, the first place you'll go is Welcome to the Salon. And there's a video here, which if you can't get enough of me, here's more of me. Yo, what's happening?
Just hanging out, making a video for the salon.ai.
That's right. We're just welcoming people. So welcome everyone. If you're new.
So you can go get welcomed by Leah and myself. And then you can introduce yourself. You can learn our values. So the values for this community are really powerful. These aren't just labels like we stuck on a page. Like, oh yeah, this is who we should be. We actually wrote these values after we sort of looked at how are people acting in this community, and this is kind of who shows up here. It's people that are curious. They're curious about AI. They do it in a playful way. They have empathy. So one of the things going on right now with AI is there's a lot of fear. And there's a lot of anger. And there's a lot of people that just don't understand what the hell are people so excited about? Why won't you shut up about this? Is this the real deal or is it right? There's a lot of that. This is a community that if you come in here and you're like, I'm scared or I'm pissed off or I don't know how to do this and I think you're going to judge me, this is not that group. This group is like, where are you? They meet you where they are. They're really amazing. Bravery. Like the willingness to be able to go, hey, I've never ever in my life done anything with filmmaking, but I think I've got an idea for a movie and I'm just going to go make one. That takes guts, right? That means you've got to go through that uncomfortable stage of being clueless, which is for me is like this miserable place, right? I want to get to the other side of, okay, I know how to do it now. And so with this AI stuff, because it's so new, it's so foreign to the way we've used computers, the way we work. And then the final value of this community is generosity. Like this is a group where you're like, someone puts out something remarkable. You're like, how did you do that? They'll actually fucking tell you. You find me somewhere else in the world that's like that. It's not normal. 3 Mile Story, Chat's happening, Jim Ross. Had 83-year-old man talk with ChatGPT voice today for the first time. Always remember the look on, damn this thing, on his face. Fun, yeah. If you haven't seen the new ChatGPT voice, by the way, so on your iPhone, iPad, Android phone, or tablet, you get the official ChatGPT app from OpenAI. And, you know, you'll have your prompt history down the side and you'll have all your little talky things. And in the lower right-hand corner here, there's this little button that looks like a sound wave. And if you click that, it goes into advanced voice mode. And if you've never seen it, let me introduce you to my girlfriend, Quinn. Hey, Quinn, how's it going?
Hey, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How about you? What's new?
I'm doing all right. Do you remember my name?
Of course. Your name is Kyle Shannon. How can I help you today?
Oh, I'll tell you, this is something, there's a meme been going around that based on our interactions, tell me something about me that I might not even know.
Well, Kyle, given your wide range of interests, from AI and technology to creative projects like musicals and children's books, I'd say you have a natural inclination towards bridging the gap between the technical and the creative. You might not realize just how unique this blend of interests is, making you a bit of a Renaissance person in the modern age.
Huh.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's kind of cool.
Glad that
yeah, that resonates. But so here's what I want you to do. Speaking of Renaissance, I want you to act like you're an actor in the Renaissance period, and I want you to make up a Shakespeare-like sonnet. But I want the subject to be about raspberries and cheese.
Ah, gentle sir, dost thou wish a sonnet of renown, of berries red and cheese of golden crown? In fairest verse, I'll weave a tale profound of raspberries and cheese.
No, you know what?
Feast to down.
You know what? It's not raspberries and cheese. It's cheese and earthworms. That's what it should be about. And you know what? Talk really fast.
In haste I speak of curious delight, of cheese so rich and worms of earth and might. In darkened soil, where these small creatures dwell,
Hey, you know what?
they complement the chief.
Can you make a tongue twister where it's a long tongue twister, so like about a minute, and all of the words begin with the letter T?
Sure, here goes. Timothy the Tinkerer took to the task.
Now say it like
tenaciously,
wait, hang
trying
on.
to unmask.
Quinn, say it like Fat Bastard.
Timothy the Tinkerer took to the task, toiling tenaciously,
No,
trying
hey,
to unmask tales of the
Quinn. Fat Bastard was the character.
I can't do impressions of public figures, but
No, it's not a public figure. It's from the movie. It's from the Austin Powers movie. It's just give me a nice brogy Scottish accent and give me the tongue twister with a Scottish accent.
my guidelines won't let me talk about that.
Yes, they will.
Can I help
You've
you
done
with
it
something
before.
else?
Quinn, you've done it before. Talk with a Scottish accent, please.
All right, let's give it a go. Timothy, my guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
Yeah, I'm going to reset you now. All right, bye-bye. But if you haven't seen the advanced voice, pop that on your Bluetooth on your next long drive, and let's say you're in sales. You could tell advanced voice to act like a sales prospect that's going to give you pushback when you try to sell them, and then have it coach you on a sales conversation while you're driving to work. James Canoe, ask your AI about Merchant of Venice by Shakespeare. It may flag it. Let me do a new chat. Hey Quinn, tell me about the Merchant of Venice from Shakespeare.
The Merchant of Venice is one of Shakespeare's most intriguing plays. It weaves together themes of mercy.
Hey,
justice,
can you act out
revenge,
Can you act out the most popular monologue from Merchant of Venice?
Sure. Here's the famous monologue by Portia from The Merchant of Venice, Act 4, Scene 1. The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven.
Give it more of a classical actor kind of. Hey, Quinn. Give it more of a classical actressy kind of, like really act it up. Come on, give me some edge here. Helen Mirren.
The quality of mercy is not strained. It droppeth as the gentle rain from heaven upon the place beneath. It is twice blessed.
Crazy. It's bonkers. I showed the owner today of an AI voice. I showed the owner today how AI voice will be his new call center. Yeah. So imagine that, but it answers your phone, and it's been trained up on all of your documents, and it's got rules of what it's got authority to do, and it's smart enough to know when someone asks it a question that's completely out of bounds, it won't answer it. Or if they ask it a question that it's not allowed to answer, because only humans can answer certain questions, it'll pass it off to a human. That's coming, and it's coming quick. And, the whole thing about work disruption, there's going to be a lot of work disruption, but some of the work that we do needs to be disrupted. The customer experience of customer call centers is horrific. It's horrific. You call up United Healthcare, you sit on hold for 45 fucking minutes, then you talk to someone you can barely understand at some internet cafe somewhere else in the world. They can only answer level 0 questions, which are completely useless to anyone. Have you logged into our website? Have you? Yes. I still have let me elevate you to level 1. And then about the third transfer of the phone call, they realize they've been on the phone with you for more than 20 minutes, and they get penalized if they're on calls for more than 20 minutes. So, oops, you accidentally dropped. So an hour and a half later, you still haven't gotten your problem solved, and now you're ready to smash a window. Versus, you call up and someone like Quinn answers, "Hi, hey Kyle, I see by your number it's you. Is this Kyle?" "Yes, it is." Great, what's your problem? Well, I'm frustrated because my internet's not doing so good right now. Hang on, let me check. Yep, it appears there's an outage in your area. It's going to be fixed by 3 o'clock. Anything else I can help you with? No, that's good. Bang! Yes, please. Yes, please. So, anyway, there's an area that I'm passionate about. AI Air does sales calls like a call center. Yep. And I think they're pretty expensive right now, but this is, OpenAI just launched their real-time voice API. So you can make applications like this. The real-time voice API, as far as I can tell, is somewhere between $12 and $18 an hour, which seems pretty expensive, because it is. The average hourly rate of a call center worker in India is about $1.20 an hour. So right now we're at 12, which is 10x call centers in India. Last year, OpenAI's APIs dropped 100x in price. So from the beginning of the year, they were 100 times higher than by the end of the year. Same thing's going to happen with that real-time voice. So if it drops 10x over the course of a year, it will now be at parity with those call centers. And you're going to be able to just write applications that pull in data and have rules and all the sort of stuff you do. So there's going to be some massive disruption really quickly. And then literally think about that level of disruption in every single job, over the next 3 years. That's what's coming. That's why hanging out in a place like this is really important. Not because of me, not because I'm going to impart some special fucking magic bit of knowledge. I mean, hopefully I'll do it in an entertaining way. But because by being in the conversation about AI, by being AI literate, by literally being able to go to ChatGPT and understand that I can upload an image, or I can type in stuff and get back formatted things, or now it's got this thing called Canvas where I can actually edit the document, you are significantly ahead of most people on the planet. As of 3 months or so ago, 47% of people in the United States have not even heard of ChatGPT. Haven't even heard of it. And have no fucking clue that this is possible. Hey, Quinn, can you teach me how to rebuild a transmission for my 2019 Ford Flex?
Rebuilding a transmission is quite a task. It involves removing the transmission, disassembling it, inspecting all the parts for wear and damage, and replacing any worn or damaged components.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You'll need a
Let's go step by step. Assume I have the tools and just tell me step 1.
All right, let's dive in. Step 1, prepare your workspace and vehicle.
Nobody knows this is here. I mean, a lot of people don't know this is here. So if you do, as company after company starts to realize we got to get our shit together with AI, where are they going to go? They're going to go to the people within the company that have been yapping about AI. So one of the things that we talk about in the AI Salon is the journey to AI literacy. So below our little welcome video here, we've got this lovely little 3-step journey to AI literacy. Play first, mindfully create, generously lead. And here's what that means. The play first is because there are so many tools and they are so capable and they're getting increasingly sophisticated, you literally can't master anything. So it literally doesn't matter where you start. Just pick one and start playing. Well, which one should I pick? I don't know. Either pick something you're super passionate about and go do that. Okay, I like words. Okay, great. Go play with an LLM. Or I like music. Great. Go play with Suno and write a song. I like pictures. Great. Go over to Midjourney and make pretty pictures. It literally doesn't matter. Or do the opposite. Oh, I'm really shitty at art. It would have been nice if I had some talent. Perfect. Here's Midjourney. Now you're an artist. Just play, and do stupid shit. Like, just ask it to do ridiculous things. Ask it to create a kid's book that's got really bizarre animals in it, and it will do it, and it will do it brilliantly, and it will blow your fucking mind. So just play, because what happens when you play is that you discover it's kind of like, those games, those escape rooms where you're in a dark room and you've got to feel your way out of it. That's kind of where we are with generative AI right now. There's very little documentation. There's very little courses that are at all useful because things are changing so fast. And so we're all kind of like feeling around in the dark. So the more you play, the more you figure out where the boundaries are. Here's what it's good at. Here's what it's not good at. And then mindfully create is, okay, now that you've got some skills under your belt, you understand what these tools can do and what they make possible. Now you can start to go, what am I working on at work? Or what am I working on at home? You know what'd be really cool is I've always thought about, doing an exercise regimen, but I'm just a big fat pig and, maybe it could help me do that. Hey, ChatGPT, can you help me come up with a exercise regimen? And I'm a big fat pig. And it will go, oh, you're probably not as fat as you think. It'll be really supportive and it'll come up with an exercise routine for you. Mindfully create. And then in doing that, you'll realize, oh, that's really good. Maybe I could turn that into an actual workbook and it'll do that for you. Or if you're over in Claude, you could say, I want to turn this into an interactive game or a dashboard where I can track my progress. It'll code that for you. It's fucking insane. And then the generously lead part is about learning out loud. Learn out loud. So as you're feeling clueless about AI, as you're feeling like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Share that. Share. Hey, I'm trying to figure out this AI stuff and I feel really clueless right now. Put it on LinkedIn. Put it on Facebook. Talk about it at a dinner party. Yeah, but no one in my life wants to hear about my AI stuff. Say it anyway. So I was working on this AI thing today. Oh, Jim, could you not with the AI thing? Gee, it used to be all you talked about was storage management. And now it's like AI. Jim, enough. Yeah, but can I show you a cool thing I did? Because what will happen is this. Of the 7 other people at the dinner party you're at, where 7 out of 7 of them didn't want you talking about that shit, a month from now, one of them's going to get fucking fired because of AI. And you know who's the first person they're going to come to? You! Hey, Jim, I know I was kind of dick at that dinner party to you about the AI stuff, but hey, maybe you can help me with AI. What do you do? Do I need to go back to school to learn? No, you don't. You just here. I'll show you. And maybe that person that comes to you that got laid off, maybe they're going to start a new business. Or maybe the person that comes to you is not someone that got laid off, but it's the CEO of your company because the CEO realized, hey, we just lost some business to a company that's all AI and they're doing stuff 10 times faster than we can do it. How are they doing that? Do you know anything about AI? I know a little bit about AI. Yeah, could you teach me? This community is full of people who've been promoted in their companies because they were squeaky wheels about AI in the lunchroom. So that journey right there, that's what this community is all about, is supporting one another in cycling through this journey over and over and over and over again. I met a woman tonight who'd never heard of AI at all. That's Source Camp. Source Camp talks to people all the fucking time. She's like a master at onboarding people to the possibilities of AI. Never even heard of AI. Staggering. But that's where we are right now. So here's another thing. If you're like, okay, Kyle, this sounds great. Okay, I'll try ChatGPT. Whatever, Kyle. But I'm so far behind, I'll never catch up. You won't catch up. But you're not far behind. If you're curious enough to have been in this little chat here for more than 5 minutes, God bless you. You're farther ahead than many, many, many people. Champy, what do you want? Is this a cheese moment? Are you needing cheese? Champ, what's going on? You want to go out? What do you want to do? Do you want to go out or are you just needy? Do you just want love? What do you want? Do you just need love? You just need loving? Huh? You need a little head loving? Oh, yes. Oh, that's a good boy. What do you want? You want out? All right, I'll let you out. There you go. All right. Hold, please. By the way, Emilio's wife, who just said hold, please, she's the one that made that image. The play first, mindfully create, and generously lead. If you don't know how to do something in AI, then tell it you don't know how to do it or how to do it. Yeah, exactly. Here, watch. New chat. Quinn. Back to my girlfriend. Hey, Quinn, I want you to pretend like I'm completely clueless about AI. And I'm just someone who learned how to talk to this real-time voice thing in ChatGPT. And here's my question. Why is everyone talking about AI? What's this AI stuff all about?
Well, AI, or artificial intelligence, is basically when computers are designed to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. This includes things like understanding language, like in voice recognition with ChatGPT, or making decisions, like recommending movies or driving cars.
That sounds boring.
People are buzzing about...
Can it be fun?
Absolutely. AI can be a blast. Think about video games with smart enemies, apps that turn your photos into art, or even AI that helps you write a story. It can add a lot of fun and creativity to...
Can you help me write a story?
I'd love to. What kind of story are you thinking about? A thrilling adventure? A magical fantasy? Or something else?
Something about pig knuckles.
All right, how about this? In a cozy village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a clever pig named Knuckles. Knuckles had a knack for solving mysteries.
No.
And when the village's prized...
I mean like tasty pig knuckles.
Got it. Let's cook up a story about tasty pig knuckles. In a bustling kitchen of a renowned countryside inn, Chef Bonita was famous for her secret recipe.
That's the other thing about AI is like you can't stump it. It's just like it'll just fucking roll with the punches. The way these things are designed, they're designed to please you, right? They're designed to like give you what you want and solve your problems and things like that. So anyway, yeah, that's good advice. Pig knuckles. Ah! Hey, did you see that quote from Macron from France? This is insane. Hang on. So if you don't know, so that feature, right, that I did right there, one of the reasons that advanced voice is so good. Hey, hang on. I'm going to come back here. Hang on. I'm gonna do some box metaphor. We're getting out boxes, but this is a different metaphor. Okay. Wait. Oh, here. Hang on. Yeah, let's get these turned around like we're at a grocery store. All right, there you go. Okay. So historically, with computer voice, it went something like this. You've got the big box down here is your large language model. This is where all the knowledge comes from, right? And then you have three different tools. You have a tool that when you talk to it, it converts it into text. So I say, I want pig knuckles, and I talk into this, and it converts it into the text pig knuckles. And then it sends it down into this thing, and that's this, sends it down this hole into here, and it gets the answer back, and then it takes that answer and it sends it over to this thing that takes the text and it turns it back into voice. And so historically with these voice models, you would talk, you would say, "Hey Quinn, how are you doing?" "I'm doing good, Kyle. How are you?" There was like that 3-second delay or 5-second delay that was just fucking weird. The new model, advanced voice, when you talk, you just talk into the box. You like literally like your voice goes in there, and it not only understands the words, it understands the emotional content. So if I go, "Oh, Quinn," Quinn will actually know that I'm like excited or upset. Or if I'm like, "Hey, Quinn, how's it going, man?" She might be like, "Hey, you sound pretty relaxed there, Kyle. Do you live in Denver?" You know, marijuana's legal there. So it can understand and respond with emotional stuff. The current laws in the EU, the AI laws that they passed a year and a half ago, one of the laws, which when I read it, I'm like, that seems reasonable, was employers cannot use AI systems that can analyze the emotion of their employees. Well, advanced voice, that's what it does. Now, it's not analyzing it like a nefarious system, but the way they wrote that law, they wrote it based on the state of technology where it was when they passed the law, not anticipating that something like advanced voice would come along. That's kind of a non-nefarious version of that. So advanced voice is illegal in the EU right now. I think they may have worked something out. They probably did a carve out. But Macron yesterday, I think, said this. I gotta find LinkedIn. Where is it? Let's see.
Super important. I want to insist on that because it's super important to assess fairly the fact that our former model is over. And it is not a question of adjustment. I want to insist on that because it's super important to assess fairly the fact that our former model is over.
Our former model is over. He recognizes that how we did things before is over because of AI.
And it is not a question of adjustment. This is not the same world, 2024, 2025. And on top of that, we are making the same mistakes on top of the key elements I mentioned. We are over-regulating and under-investing.
Over-regulating and under-investing.
So just if in the 2 to 3 years to come, if we follow our classical agenda, we will be out of the market. I have no doubt.
That's fucking huge, in my opinion. Right? We will be out of the market if we don't get our shit together.
I want to insist on that because it's super important to assess fairly the fact that our former model is over. And this is not a question of adjustment. This is not the same world, 2024, 2025. And on top of that, we are making the same mistakes on top of the key elements I mentioned. We are over-regulating and under-investing. So just if in the 2 to 3 years to come, if we follow our classical agenda, we will be out of the market. I have no doubt.
So, there you go. That was when I went to I was invited to speak in Washington D.C. 3 weeks ago now. And we went around to offices of senators and congresspeople, and the message was essentially like, 1, learn what the fuck these tools can do. I didn't use that language. But like one of the things I asked was, do you use ChatGPT? Oh no, we don't. Yes, I should probably consider that. Yeah, you probably should. So that was one of them. The other one was, don't just legislate from a place of fear. One of the things about the AI Salon is that we're a group of AI optimists, but we do it with our eyes open. Like, we understand that there are risks. We understand that bad things can happen. And these tools are here. And these tools are remarkable. And they make remarkable things possible. So one of the things I encouraged legislators was, what if, on top of legislating to protect us from the risks of AI, you're also legislating from a place of optimism to protect our access to these remarkable tools so that we can compete? What if? But you can't be in that place of optimism if you don't know what the fuck the tools do. Our legislators don't know how fucking Wi-Fi works. And this stuff is moving fast. And so, like, one of the things I said was, if you're not educated about this, or if you take a snapshot of where the technology is today, and you write regulations based on where the technology is today, not anticipating where it's headed, you may write a law that by the time it goes into effect, hobbles you, which is just what happened in the EU. Right? They've got this legislation that on the surface looked good based on a technology at a point in time. The technology has moved over here, the law's back here, and it's fucking them up. So Macron's saying, we gotta knock this shit off. We've got to invest, and we've got to figure out a way to open up the regulations and still make people safe. So just we're in absolutely fascinating times. So for what that's worth, a little bit of soapbox there, huh?
You can make money with ChatGPT!
If your country allows you to. What if we actually understood what we were writing laws about? That sounds like competence. I competence in the government? I don't think so. It's not something I want to see anytime soon. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed this tonight. I'm getting a little crusty. Voice is going. Voice is getting a little shaky. But I do have my fluids. Got my giant water. If you haven't joined the salon, please go do that. Please introduce yourself. It's step number 2. First one is like the welcome video. Here's what we're about. And our little journey to AI literacy. Play first, mindfully create, generously lead. And then the second step, introduce yourself. Being a part of a community like this, as work gets weirdly disrupted, is going to be increasingly important. Because a lot of future work is going to come from people in here who figured this AI shit out, and they're going to be able to navigate their way through this crazy, whatever this work environment's going to be, we're going to see in the next 3 years. And they will pull the people that they like and trust in this community with them. So be there. Been fun. Cool AI guy. Thank you. Insightful and learn something new. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, cool AI guy. I appreciate that. Yeah, my hope is that my hope is that even though I take a chat ADD kind of meandering way to make points sometimes, that there's some value here. So I appreciate that a lot. Kakif making a request for the pink bow. So let's wrap this up with some pink bow action. I got in a fight for this tonight, so I'm going to take good advantage of it. Thank you, Kyle, for all you do for us. Thank you, Dr. J. Okay, so do that. Follow my channel. If you want to support me directly, subscribe to the lives. That actually just goes directly to the channel and supports me. I love your LinkedIn article too. Oh, great. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Very cool. I don't know which one. Oh, the LinkedIn article about the holy crapification of work. that's where we are. If all you have to do right now, I think the skill, if you want my opinion on the skill, if there's a skill that you should be developing more than any other right now, and it's not even a skill, it's an aptitude, is aggressive curiosity. Just get curious. Hang out on LinkedIn. Go to Reddit. Wherever anyone's talking about AI, just find places people are talking about AI. Start following people on Twitter who are talking about AI. Start following people on LinkedIn that are talking about it. If you're into the art world, there's a whole fucking AI art world going on. There's a fucking fantastic creative community in the AI Salon. In fact, it's the kind of basis of this community is creative expression. Your energy is amazing. Thank you, Fun Guy. And from a guy named Fun Guy, I appreciate that a lot. Oh, tomorrow. So I do a less zany version of this on LinkedIn every Friday called AI Office Hours. And what's cool is, similar to this, there's kind of a regular group who has showed up to my AI Office Hours. So it's tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain. I have AI Office Hours. So if you go to my LinkedIn profile, I'm at Kyle Shannon on LinkedIn. I'll post in the morning a reminder, but you can also go look at previous events of AI Office Hours. I've been doing them, I think, for a year now. So it's the same URL. So you don't have to see the reminder tomorrow. You can just go to a past event. Just copy the Google Meet link. It's the same link that I've used for the whole year. And just come hang out with us. And it's a really remarkable group of people who are doing everything from creating automated agents to people who are just trying to figure this stuff out to people who just kind of want to hang out and talk about AI. And I would argue that the group of people that shows up to AI Office Hours are like some of the brightest people with this generative AI stuff, in the game. So that's kind of fun. So that's tomorrow, 11 a.m. Mountain Time on LinkedIn. All right. Just followed you on LinkedIn. Cool. Thanks, cool AI guy. Are you cool AI guy over there? I will look you up and connect with you. Appreciate that. All right. So let's do our, this is the 30-minute goodbye here on the AI Learning Lab. You got to get used to these. You know how like 10 minutes ago I said, okay, I got to go now, and I'm still talking? That's how this goes. But we do a thing every night here. If you're a Gen Xer, there was a thing called Romper Room back in the day. And at the end of every show in Romper Room, they would do Magic Mirror. And they would look into the Magic Mirror, and they would be looking into the TV out into the audience, and they would say goodbye to people. And they never fucking said goodbye to Kyle because it was a weird name. It was always Jim and Bobby and Sally and Fred. Fuck Fred. Where's Kyle? So we do that. So who's in here tonight? Joy Purdy's in here. Joey's in the house. Obi-Wan, great to see you. Lori K. Ain't no fucking Romper Room. This is Lori, this is totally Romper Room. This is padded Romper Room. Dr. J, good to see you. Spin B3 California. Magic Mirror Me. I did it. Papa JJ. I peed myself the first time she said my name on the TV. That's awesome. James Kamal, good to see you. News. Wait, what is this? News in the something. In the new wisdom at the That sounds like a Monty Python sketch. Brandon, great to see you. Friday night date night tomorrow. Oh, yeah, Friday night date night. So we'll be here tomorrow, same bat time, same bat place, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. And we call it Friday night date night. You can bring a date and dramatically disappoint them. That's always fun. Hi, Champy. Did you come back in? Did you get some cheese? Okay, who else is here tonight? Winston Hardy, great to see you, sir. Silver Fox. Brother 52. Be Not Afraid, Danielle. Thank you, Source Camp. I do the same when comment change my name. Wait, I do the same when comment change my name. Thank you, Winston. I appreciate that. I don't know what that means, Source Camp. Thank you, Winston. Very generous of you, as always, James Camille. I appreciate your time and sharing knowledge. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Like, this wouldn't work. Like, this would be stupid if no one was here. So this works because you all show up. AI Bob's in the house. Kakif. Who else we got here? Ebussin C. Ebussin. Yeah. You be bussin'. Cling, cling, cling. Oh, good Lord, people. Frostbitten, good to see you. Emilio's wife, thank you as always. Lori K today. Who's that? Quiggybo. You people with your weird ass names, literally spending the week at a conference in higher ed and tech. You're more informative and fun. Yes. Oh, you didn't even hear me go off on a rant about education. Come back tomorrow. I'll give you an earful about education. Oh, yeah, we're dealing with AI. It's okay. We've got AI detectors. We've taken care of AI. Yeah. Don't get me started. So Kyle, these are Botox. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. Welcome to Botox. Silver Fox has a silver tongue. She's good with the words. She comes up with all of our catchphrases. I think we need to hire you, Silver Fox, as a marketing meme maker. I think you'd be very good at that. Oh man, AI Bob. Let's see who else we got. All right, I think I got everyone. Probably didn't. There's a bunch of people in here tonight. But anyway, I hope you had fun tonight. I know it's kind of all over the place, but there were a lot of new people. Whoever did the boost that got lots of people in here, thank you for doing that. It's always fun when there's new people here, and it looks like a fair amount of them stuck around. So very, very cool. All right, it was fun. Thank you. Always do. All right, everybody. Have a good night. So 11 a.m. tomorrow for AI office hours. Thank you. This one always makes me feel awkward. And well, that nose was really impressive. And then walking bow tie. Yeah, I'm not walking outside of the house in that bow. And then I'll see you tomorrow night for Friday night date night. All right? Peace out, everybody. Hope you have a good night.